Menkizar from Think and Grow Systems. Today we are going to discuss a very powerful and important aspect of Tana called semantic functions. Now, as you know, there are hundreds of note-taking and PKing maps out there. Heptabase, Obsidian, Logseek, Chrome Research, OneNote, Evernote, Apple Notes, and so on. But as and every software has its pros and cons. But as far as project management and task management is concerned, Tana is in its own league. It's way too powerful than any other softwares which I mentioned. Now, why it is so powerful? Because of these semantic functions and it's used in recursive searching. Now, there are two aspects of semantic functions, that is part of relationship and recursive searching. Part of means something is part of something. Okay, for example, tire is a part of wheel, wheel is a part of car, a task is a part of sub project is a part of project, etc. And the main important part is the relationship stays as it is. I mean, if you remove the tire from the car and put it in your garage, even though the location is changed, it still remain part of the car. It will not become part of your garage. Now, how and when it is used as far as project management is concerned, let's quickly jump to Tana. I already created a few super tags, project, task, and meetings. Now, most of us we use fields in Tana to store simple data like date or status, etc. But what if your field could actually explain the structure in your world to Tana? Okay, that is what semantic functions do. Today we are going to the advanced menu and unlock the features that makes your knowledge graph a lot smarter. I already told you what is semantic function, part of something is part of something, and when it is used in recursive searching. So let's quickly go create a few projects. Master project for ABC Incorporated, meeting with meeting regarding the project ABC, then create a sub project for sub-project one, let's say, and let's create few tasks. Sample task one and create a subtask one. Now, since these two are tasks, I will apply the tag task. This is a meeting. I will apply the task meeting. This is a project. I'll apply the task project. This is again a project, so I will apply the task project. Now, important part is in without semantic functions, suppose I want to establish a kind of a relationship and I want to view this task when I query the related task for my project, then I have to explicitly mention this subtask is part of what. For example, here I have two fields, related project. I can say this subtask is a part of sub project. Now, sample task, I will say related project is a part of master project, and so on. Now, the funny part is when I'm saying this sample task one, related project, master project, actually it is implied that it is a part of sub project also and not the master project. But here the link is explicit, the related project, master project. Now, for subtask, related project, sub project. So this task will definitely not show in the query for master project because the link is explicit, not implicit. Okay, so how to solve this problem? First, we have to get rid of all these fields. I will go to task and I will delete all these unnecessary fields. I will go to meeting. I will delete related task, related project. Simply, I will go to project. There is nothing out there right now. I can just create a demo field, priority or something like that. And what we will do, we will create a one super tag with one field, and using that field, we will establish a relationship with all these components. Okay, so let's call that tag as context, and I will convert it into super tag. Now, in this context super tag, I will create just one field, context, and I will make this as options from super tag, context. And here at the very bottom, you will see advanced. I will click on that, and the field has semantic function. This is where all the magic is going to happen. So I will turn on the field as semantic function, and I will say it is part of. That's it. And now what we have to do, we have to extend this context super tag into all our super tags. So I will extend this, extend from context. I will extend this super tag into our task super tag, extend from context. Similarly for meeting also, extend from context. And generally, we see in meeting super tags, we have this field attendees. We don't require this field attendees, participants, clients. It is not required. So simply get rid of this field also. This only context field is more than suffice. Now, let's see how it is in working. Now we already extend the context tag into all the relevant tags. Now what we have to do is this related project, I should get rid of it. Now I say subtask is that with context is sample task 1. Now for the sake of convenience, let's see, I think it's confusing. I will rename this context related to, so it will be easy to understand. So this subtask is related to sample task 1. Sample task 1 is related to sub project. Sub project is related to my master project. This meeting is also related to sub project. Now, if you see, apart from sub project, nothing is explicitly mentioned or linked to the master project ABCINC. Okay. Subtask is related to sample task is related to sub project is related to master project. This meeting also related to sub project. Now, generally we have one more tag, client, and I will convert it into super tag, and I will simply extend our context super tag into client also. Now let's create a client Bob client. Now what will happen? Suppose I want a list of all the tasks related to my master project. What I have to do, simply I will create a search node, and I will say show all the tasks where related to is set to components rig, and I will say related tasks. That's it. Our job is done. So what it will show me, it will show me all the tasks which are related to master project, either explicitly or implicitly. Okay. So this is subtask 1, sample task 1. Now, if you see, subtask is not at all related to the master project. Neither the sample task is related to master project, but still it is showing. Why? Because this task is related to this task is related to sub project, and sub project is related to master project. See here, sub project 1 is related to master project. Now, suppose I want to see all the components. I mean, instead of just task, I want to see the meetings, clients, everything. What I will do, I will simply modify the query. So instead of task, I will simply delete this. So it will show me all the related components of this parent, means this task, whatever it is, and it will show me. So instead of related task, it is good if we call it components. So related components. Now see the magic. It is not going to refresh, so I have to refresh it. Related components. See, now it is not only showing the task, it is showing the sub project also, meeting also. Now, for example, we created a client called Bob. Suppose Bob is related to the parent company, the master project for ABC Incorporation. So let's create a parent company, ABC Incorporated, and let's call it company, and I will convert to super tag company, and I will extend our context super tag to company also. So Bob is related to, where is our company? ABC Incorporated. It's a company. So Bob is directly related to ABC Incorporated. And if I want to collect all the components related to my company, what I have to do is create a search node related to shift and greater than sign components rec parent components. That's it. So I will see everything that is related to components. Now, you will wonder why it is not showing, because our master project is not related to, we are not yet established any kind of routing. The moment I click here that the master project is related to ABC Incorporation, you will see everything. Why it is not showing? Yes, just have to refresh it. Now it is showing everything related to ABC Incorporation, all the tasks, subtasks, projects, clients, meeting, everything. So if I say group by options and I say group by tags, it will give me a very nice filtered content of clients, meetings, project, task, and everything. So you don't have to write a complex query and you don't have to create multiple fields in order to generate a drill down report. So it allows you to view your data or the company or your project at a very granular level. Okay, you don't have to establish the explicit relationship, or you don't have to remember, okay, the subtask is part of this is part of that. You just you just start relating the components to each other. Task is related to this is related to that, and this is very flexible. Even if I related, this task is directly related to Bob, for example, the client, this task is also related to Bob, it will still show everything in the component section. I will remove this group by tags. Okay, so I don't have to worry whether this particular thing belongs to what. I just have to remember a vague relationship that okay, this meeting is related to Bob. Bob is belongs related to particular project, and this project is related to particular company. So this is what makes Tana so powerful. It collects every. You don't have to do anything. You just have to establish a, a relationship using components like a semantic function, and you just have to collect the data using component bricks function, and it will going to do the magic for you. So this single thing makes Tana so powerful because it gives me a flexibility to relate anything with anything. For example, this subtask is directly related to particular sample task or meeting related to Bob. It is not going to affect my query. Okay, it is still going to show everything related to ABC Corporation because this meeting is related to sub project is related to master project, and master project is related to ABC Incorporated. Okay, so you can see the flow clearly. This relates to this relates to this relates to this relates to this. So the relationship is implied. Okay, so the recursive searching works on this principle. If C is part of B and B is part of A, then C is implicitly part of A. So I hope you understood how powerful Tana is and what sets Tana apart from other apps, simply because of this one semantic function and recursive searching capabilities. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks and have a nice day.